The New York Knicks look like one of the best teams in the entire league after the trade deadline yesterday, where they made massive moves to add Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks to this roster. There's a lot of people around the organization you could look at and thank, but one person leads the charge, and his name is Leon Rose. And recently, he spoke out about the moves that he made and what he feels about the New York Knicks adding these two. We're going to break down his comments and see exactly what he said. All of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Knicks president Leon Rose recently spoke out on the trades he made to get Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks on this roster. I think it's very safe to say that if you're looking at the New York Knicks and other teams around the league and what team got better or what team looks better after the trade deadline, it's hard not to say that the New York Knicks come out on top ahead of most teams because the moves they made, going back to OG Anunoby, and now Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, without having to give up any first-round picks. And they get Bojan's contract, which is partially guaranteed. They're going to pick it up. So now they have that large contract that they can use in the offseason to potentially trade for that star or superstar with all of their first-round picks intact. That's Leon Rose type of stuff right there. He's been doing things for this Knicks team low-key that's made us better each and every year. But this year, this season, he's upped his game. He's made the move that nobody thought he could make without having to give up a first-round pick. I keep mentioning that because that's such a massive move to make. I want to remind you guys again, the trade in totality, the New York Knicks get Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. The Pistons get Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, Ryan Arcidiacono, and 2 second-round picks. That's it. That's the trade. That's what it took for the New York Knicks to get 2 quality players to come off the bench, make them a deeper team, and make them a threat come the playoffs. And Leon Rose recently spoke out about these moves, and he said the following. According to Rose, he states, "We are thrilled to add Bojan Bogdanovic to the New York Knicks family and welcome back Alec Burks. Bojan brings tremendous amount of basketball experience to our team, both from the NBA and internationally. He's an elite scorer who has solidified himself as one of the best shooters in the NBA, which will complement our team." He continues by stating, "Alec played an integral role throughout our 2020 to 2021 playoff season, understands and embraces the culture here, and will bring a lot of value to our group." But he wouldn't be Leon Rose if he didn't address the players that he had to trade to get this move done. And that's exactly what he did. According to Leon Rose, he also added, "We'd like to extend our deepest thanks to Evan, Malachi, Quentin Grimes, and Ryan for their contributions both on and off the court, as well as their professionalism and hard work." No surprise there from Leon Rose. He took the high road and did exactly what you expected him to do. Thank all the players who were traded, not only for their contributions on the court, but off the court, and also wishing them well in terms of everything they're going to do in their future. But clearly, the New York Knicks have made the move. They've upgraded their roster, and dare I say, they stole Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks from the Detroit Pistons. Detroit, for the last few seasons, have been trying to trade Bojan. The problem was they never got a deal that made sense. And everybody around the association had been saying that they were looking for a first-round pick. Until Leon Rose. Enter Leon Rose. He said, "You know what? Instead of giving you the first-round picks you want, I'm going to give you a disgruntled player in Quentin Grimes, somebody who hasn't played really significant time at all in Evan Fournier, Malachi Flynn, and also Ryan Arcidiacono, who I understand has that Villanova connection, who hasn't done much besides calling defensive 3 seconds to the referees. Shout out to him, but I don't mind seeing him go either. We know how strong that Villanova connection is, but that's not going to stop Leon Rose from making the moves he needs to make." That's another message he's sending, not only to specific teams, but to the entire NBA, that he knows and he understands that if he can upgrade this roster, It's not going to be about relationships and who you love and like on this team. It's going to be about who you can add to this roster that's going to make this team better, make them a legit championship contender, and help them get better in the future. And Leon Rose and the Knicks have absolutely done that. These moves right here have made the New York Knicks better, deeper, and you remember all the issues we had last year in the playoffs where we really couldn't shoot the ball well unless your name was Jalen Brunson? To quote Leon Rose, we've added elite scorers in Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic, who in Leon Rose's own words has solidified himself as one of the best shooters in the NBA. We have that guy now coming off of our bench, and that guy is going to make sure that we don't have any type of issue shooting the ball in the playoffs, late in games, and for the rest of the season. I think people don't understand why I call this a blockbuster move. If it was just Alec Burks, it wouldn't have been a blockbuster move. The reason it's blockbuster is because we've added a legit 20-point-a-game scorer in Bojan Bogdanovic to this roster. Somebody who can shoot lights out from three and somebody that you have to put a defender on. That means other players can't leave him. That's going to mean the paint's going to be even more open wide for your drivers in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Dante DiVincenzo to an extent as well too. This Knicks team is making me very happy. I haven't felt this way about a team, I think, in my entire life. Think about it, guys. We have first-round picks for days. We have all of our first. We have all of the protected first that we own from other teams. We didn't trade any one of them. We still have assets on this team that we can trade in the offseason to make another move. And we're still good now. We're still a contender now with the roster that we have. Go ahead. Think back. When's the last time you felt that way about a New York Knicks roster? And I'll take it a step further. When's the last time you felt that way about a Knicks roster that you can believe in for this season and for future seasons to come? Go ahead. I'll wait. That's right. You can't. There is no other team that has gotten better past the trade deadline better than the New York Knicks. The Knicks get an A+ in my book for all the moves that they made at the trade deadline, but also looking at their roster right now when fully healthy, maybe Boston and Denver might give them the best competition when fully healthy. And I'm being serious. Other teams around the league are going to have to prove it to me because maybe they have the roster available to do it, but you know what? I can't see it until I see the Knicks play that team and see what happens. Because all the things we knew about the New York Knicks during the beginning part of this season has now changed. Because now they're a different team. They have different players on this roster. They're deeper. They're better. They're a better shooting team. They're more physical. And they can bring it each and every night. Even if somebody goes down with injury or illness, it doesn't matter for this Knicks team. Because that next man up mentality, Knicks culture, Thibs culture, it's real, and it's leading this Knicks team to make the moves they need to make, leading them to be a better team, and making them one of the most dangerous teams in the entire NBA. No NBA team wants to see this Knicks squad for a 7-game series. This is not even our big three you're seeing on the screen here. This is just Jalen Brunson and 2 elite role players that we just got in a trade for basically nothing. And I know, I understand, some of you love Quentin Grimes, you didn't want to see him traded, and to an extent, I understand that. And if it was just Alec Burks for Quentin Grimes and a couple of second-round picks, I would have joined you there. But the fact that we got Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, there's nothing bad to say about it. I can understand you're disappointed. I'm disappointed too. We don't have DeJounte Murray. So trust me when I say, I can understand why you would be disappointed. But when you look at the trade again, fully, and this is all we gave up, Grimes, who was disgruntled, Flynn, who we just got, we knew he wasn't long-term, Evan Fournier, we've been trying to trade him since the offseason, Ryan Arcidiacono had no active role on this team, and a couple of second-round picks. For these two, it's a steal, highway robbery. We stole from the Detroit Pistons, and nobody really said anything when we did it. We basically walked into Detroit, said, we'll take all of this. I understand you guys want first, but we're not going to give you that. We're going to give you this, and you're going to like it. Leon Rose walked in there, and he walked out with the exact package that we needed. And now we are set up for this season and for future seasons. I was critical on Leon Rose. I was openly and actively stating that if he didn't do the things he needed to do this season and make this Knicks team better, that he's likely not going to return again for another season as the Knicks president. But you know what? I'm not saying anything now. I have nothing to say. OG Anunoby, Precious Achua, Bojan Bogdanovic, Alec Burks. No first round picks given up. We own all of our first round picks moving forward. We have all of those protected first round picks still available. Leon Rose set this up, set the stage, did all of this for us, for the New York Knicks. And all I can do is praise him, say thank you, and be so happy that this is the Knicks team that we have this season. When healthy, we are dangerous. And nobody in the league is going to want to touch what we have going on. Yes, he's been patient. Yes, he's been criticized. But you know what? Now it's time to praise him. The Knicks look good. We look real good. We look like contenders. We look like one of the best teams in the league. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Gerson Rosas. Thank you, Worldwide Wes. Thank all of you in that organization for doing what you do best and making this Knicks team a legit contender in the NBA. But what about you guys? What do you think about Leon Rose's comments here about adding Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks to the roster? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.